This video is a continuation of my look back at the Shonen Jump magazine that used to be published in North America. We already did a part 1, go check it out if you haven't already, and we're going to continue with the rest of the look back.
It's morphin' time!
Alright, so I don't know where any of my 2005 issues are. We're jumping to January 2006. Something to note. As you can see, it's advertising our biggest issue ever at 392 pages. And it's funny because you compare it to like my December 2004 and you're like, that's thinner. And it is. It totally is thinner. The thing is, the page quality went down a little bit. They're a little thinner now. And I think that was to keep the $5 price, because I think the $5 price is amazing. But it's a 3rd anniversary issue. Okay, so first things first. Okay, we were greeted with Mattel's One Piece toys. They were doing a One Piece line. So these were, we have like Luffy with that kind of cape with the gold on it that I don't know if we see that in the story. I know it's on like a couple like art pieces. We have Zoro in a clear Alabasta look. And then we've got Sanji. He's in his like Drum Kingdom jacket. And then Don Krieg, who looks like Don Krieg. That's a guy that doesn't get toys, so it's kind of wild. But yeah, these were the big, like, articulate... They're not as articulated, they're like action feature figures. I remember those. Okay, so here's the lineup of the manga in 2006. We got Gintama, which is a special sneak preview. Anyways, here's your One Piece collectible card game starter set. I think I actually have this deck set because I remember it. I don't know if I actually own it, but maybe I'll come across it at some point. All right, here's an interesting article about how the manga became the anime, because now Naruto has been airing on Cartoon Network. A lot less edited than One Piece, that's for sure, because it's Cartoon Network. They had less restrictive editing required. They did change some things here or there, but it's kind of a neat, like, side-by-side, like, here's the shot from the manga, here's the shot from the anime. And this is something I've always thought. This did not have the power this did. This shot in the manga is so visceral and detailed, and it's so good. And then this is just kind of like, it's also, you know, impressive, but this is just on another level. Now, exclusively a Hot Topic, Naruto merch. Yeah, you can start to see where Naruto is taking over as like the primary thing over Dragon Ball and even Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, even though Yu-Gi's on the cover. This is interesting. They talk about the Gintama anime. Did that come out? Or did that just... I kind of remember the original Gintama anime not coming out. But, yeah, you guys let me know. I don't follow Gintama that close. Looks like we're... Oh, yeah, we're in the top 4 of the Dark Tournament for Yu Yu Hakusho, which is pretty cool. Look at that color artwork. My goodness. It's pretty. It's really pretty. I noticed, though, that the color artwork on the previous ones would do glossy pages. The color artwork now is on the same matte paper as the rest of it. It's beautiful. It looks so nice. This is a lot of color pages. Holy cow. Where's our Viz Big edition of Yu Yu Hakusho that, like, puts all the color pages in? Because, like, this looks beautiful. That's like a whole... Is that like a whole chapter? That's, it's in color? Is that what it looks like? I wish they would reprint the color pages more so that these don't feel like a collector's piece to me at the moment. Like, these are not sturdy magazines, but, like... I kind of want to keep it around. This one was famous because this is an easy way to get Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. That's why I got it. This was kind of cool. So they would have card promos, and it's like, oh, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. It would be on, like, stuck on there, and you'd peel it off of there. America, Budokai Tenkaichi, what it means. Martial arts tournament, strongest under the heavens. Japan, Sparking. Sparking is the last word of the Dragon Ball Z, or the Japanese opening theme song of Dragon Ball Z anime. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so this is actually talking about Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. As we all know, when video games brought to America from Japan, they're translated or localized, as the pros say. The latest Dragon Ball Z game for PS2 puts a unique spin on this practice. The name of the US release of the game is in Japanese, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. And the name of the Japanese release is in English, Dragon Ball Z Sparking. And so they changed it. I don't remember why they changed it, but it's also funny because now it's full circle because the new game is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero in all regions, which is kind of wild. All right, so the next issue, we still have a free card of Yu-Gi-Oh, but Naruto's taken center stage. Naruto Clash of Ninja. Oh, I love that game, because it was like, it came out early 2006. I just had gotten a GameCube that previous Christmas, and then it suddenly existed. And I loved Naruto, and I loved GameCube, so it was cool. Also Ninja Council, I did get that game as well. All right, the Bobo anime guide. So, they started airing Bobo. It says on sale now, Bobo Manga. The thing is, it's only one volume of the manga. They only published one volume. I don't remember exactly what. I think it was some legal issue, or they were worried about the content of it, but the manga itself, only one volume came out, and it's not even the first volume. It was very weird. But there's some like episodes of Bobo. I have that armband, because like armbands were a thing in the mid-2000s, and you were like cool if you had an armband. I was like, I have a Naruto one with a metal plate on it. Black Cat being pretty well-known series, I think. At least I remember it, probably because of this magazine. Doing a quick jump to April of 2006. I don't know where my March is. They're still advertising those One Piece figures. So they got Prince of Tennis back in. They're like advertising Prince of Tennis again. I'm going to guess because the anime was coming out. And then they got a De Greyman preview. Or D. Greyman. I don't know that series beyond the manga, and it may be the first time I've ever said it out loud. Here's another Jump Festa coverage for 2006. They're really advertising Prince of Tennis. They really thought that was going to be the thing. They really thought Prince of Tennis was going to be huge. Was it huge? And I just missed it because I feel like it never got huge. The Naruto Ninja Ranks trading cards, which are not a game. They're just trading cards from Panini. I actually have some of those. What is this? If you're a subscriber, you got a free DVD that had the first episode of Naruto on it. I did have that because I was a subscriber at this point. I have both these games. It was good times. It was good times to be a Naruto fan. It was early. It was new. It's giving me flashbacks. Smartly, they were advertising Avatar The Last Airbender as part of the anime stuff because it's so anime coded. That's right. The card, it's not advertised as a Yu-Gi-Oh card, right? Yeah. You don't get a Yu-Gi-Oh card in this one. You get a Naruto TCG card. Oh, how times have changed. Naruto became the big thing in the Shonen Jump magazine. Pretty much almost immediately. Like it was really popular when the anime hit, and then they just kind of focused all their stuff on it. Dragon Ball card game with the really 2000s looking font there. Just some more stuff about the manga volumes. Ooh, Fusion Reborn. I like that movie too. Oh my god. What is this? Next gen consoles. We hope to love the Xbox 360, which pretty much just looked like that when it came out. The PS3 with that boomerang controller that never really came to be, and then the Wii with the Revolution, which was eventually the Nintendo Revolution actually became the Nintendo Wii. Those are like the prototype versions of those consoles that were out and people were talking about them at that time. Crazy that made it to print, because that's like stuff that would only, like this stuff would only stay online now, but it made it to print. Dragon Ball Advance Adventure, pretty fun beat 'em up. Which was nice to get a Dragon Ball game. Everything's always Z, which is pretty neat. Hey, look, Animal Crossing Wild World. All right, June 2006, 3 full chapters of One Piece, which is exciting. 3 full chapters of Naruto. What sacrifice to make that happen? So while the magazine is very Naruto focused, it's still trying to also like push One Piece. There's our, hey, look at that. It's talking about like the voice actors for the English dub. That's pretty cool. Pat Labor. The USB dual pass key. All right, quick short history. In the days before Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, if you wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Online, you could through this very kind of janky system where you had to buy this dual pass key. It was a USB to install the software, and then it would get you points that you would use to get cards. And then there was like exclusive virtual cards that weren't in the main card game. It was a thought. I mean, Master Duel is a much better system like that we have nowadays. One Piece DVDs did exist for 1998. So why did these sell and not the uncut editions? This is The Passing of the Hat, which is essentially the beginning of the Buggy arc, looks like. And yeah, it's how they meet Nami. It's interesting because there was several DVDs for the 4Kids dub. They didn't do the entire dub, but there was at least several DVDs for it. Zatch Bell's up to volume 4. Which is kind of wild how slow the DVDs used to be back in the day. And you'd only get 4 episodes of volume. The anime, so the manga, where are we at with the manga on One Piece? Because the anime, once it started airing, just kind of pumping. Yeah, we're still in Arlong Park, leading into the Grand Line in the manga in this volume. And they're already at Alabasta in the 4Kids dub at that point. That's crazy. Also, don't forget Bobo's still on Cartoon Network. And hey, One Piece Pirates Carnival, which was like a party game for One Piece on GameCube and PS2. I think it came on PS2 first. I have that game. Oh, look at that. Transformers Beast Machines coming to DVD from Rhino Home Video, available at FYE. That's a great set because it has a ton of bonus features, commentaries, interviews, and all that. that later sets didn't have. Completely unrelated because it's Transformers, but yeah, that didn't come out till 2006. That show ended in like 2001. And here it is, the last of Dragon Ball issue, the July issue from 2006. Oh god, it's all those janky Jack-specific Dragon Ball figures. Oof. Dragon Ball, catching up on stuff. Hey, look at that. A print ad for the Toy Island Sonic X figures. Those were like our best Sonic figures for the longest time, and now we've had several good lines, but you know, Jax has probably got the best line. Love that ad for Naruto. It's a iconic one. It's going over like the famous battles of Dragon Ball, and it's also like, hey, you like Toriyama? Sandland and Dr. Slump are right there. And I still say this to this day. If you like Toriyama, Sandland and Dr. Slump are right there. Dr. Slump maybe not as easy to get to as Sandland is, but pretty cool. We've got, you know, there's your volumes, and then here it is. Here's the final battle against Boo. Is that where they cut it off? Oh, it's like a special sneak peek of the final volume. I guess the serialization hadn't gone that far. Where are we at this? Buso Rinken? Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that the only Dragon Ball we get? We don't get the rest of the Dragon Ball? That said, hey, more Yu Yu Hakusho color art. Like a lot of it. Like, dang, look at that. Look at that beautiful artwork. Ah. Why can't we get like a reprint of this series with this color art? It's so good. It's also technically spoilers for a series that ended like, you know, 30 years ago. That's some beautiful artwork. That is like a full color chapter. I mean, not full color chapter, but it's a color chapter. And I'm glad I bought them as they came out. Oh, look at that. There's a different cover on the back. So like final battle, and then there's like your final cover art with like Boo and all that. Wow. This video's like super long or something, but I'm just enjoying this. Here we got September 2006, One Piece, introducing Reborn, a deadly new manga. This is how I got kind of obsessed with the Reborn for a little bit until they kind of stopped publishing the manga. Here's your what you can get at Borders. Naruto, this is the Naruto like dub. This is the One Piece dub. This is the Naruto Uncut dub. And then this is like One Piece Volume 12, Buso Rinken. Because Naruto did have an uncut release and a edited release. Like this is what was aired on Cartoon Network. This is what matches the Japanese version. A One Piece Grand Adventure, I remember because this box art goes hard. And it was so funny because it was like a chibi like 3D fighter game, but yet it like the box art made it look so badass. Yeah, this is fun. This is actually this is really fun to go back to. Reborn. This is a series about a hitman with a magic bullet, and it's super bizarre and weird, and they never finished publishing the manga, but I enjoyed it, and I finally bought the anime. Yu Yu Hakusho, oh my god, not more color art, as in, oh my gosh, yes, more color art, but like, is that it? This is a cool promo. They had this card, which is Unity, with all the characters together. That was in this magazine. And then I think it was like Volume 16 of Duelist got you Yu-Jo Friendship, and then Volume 4 Millennium World got you Judgment of the Pharaoh. I want to say that's what it was. Yeah, Volume 4 Millennium World for that, and then Volume 16 of Duelist. I do remember that because I actually bought those volumes. I wasn't collecting the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga volumes at the time. I should have because they haven't been available very easily since, but, you know, whatever. Time has passed. But I did get those specifically because I wanted those cards because they're all anime-based cards. Yu-Gi-Oh! Turns 10, and then GX started on DVD. So we got that. Toonami Jetstream. Okay, you guys want a history lesson? Also, it's funny. They keep going like, watch One Piece, but also blah, blah, blah. Toonami Jetstream was like the first streaming service that really was a thing. They had all the shows that aired on Toonami plus new ones that weren't airing on Toonami on a very choppy video player because it was 2006 and we did not have strong enough internet connections for streaming. But this idea of your online source for the finest full-length anime and action cartoons, watch whatever you want, whenever you want. It was free, it had ads. It was revolutionary in a lot of ways to think about because in 2006, nobody else was doing anything like streaming, but Toonami had that idea. And it's what kind of led to anime streaming online, really. And streaming in general. I mean, this is like one of the earliest attempts to have like streaming video on a website. And here it is, December 2006. I actually have 2 copies of this. I have 2 copies. I have a loose one and I have a sealed one. If you're wondering why the cards didn't vanish in these magazines, they were wrapped in plastic. When you got them shipped to you, whether you bought them in a store, they were wrapped in plastic. That's basically what I want to show off there. And I think the reason I got a second copy of this was because it came with Toon Dark Magician Girl. I like the Toon characters a lot. So yeah, we got One Piece here. Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles, which had that Sort of unsettling art style. It's a little too detailed. Here's another manga gift guide. I guess for people who like Yu-Gi-Oh, you should watch The Mummy. I think people should just watch the Mummy movies in general because they're great. Speed Racer on DVD. Naruto figures again. I like them. I have them. They're cool. Uncut box set too. I was buying the edited DVDs because those are the ones that existed, and then they started doing the uncut sets. I started just getting only the uncut sets, and now I got the Blu-rays. So it's like we don't even have to think about, oh, is this the uncut or is this the edited? Damn, I love, like full color manga art's cool, but like I love when they do like there's just like a splash of color. I love splashes of color. It's so cool. It's like such a neat effect. All right, I got 3 volumes from 2007. Let's just see what's in them. Let's just kind of go quick. Let's see. So Gintama, Volume 1 is being serialized monthly. So I did read some Gintama, that means. Because here's the thing. Like, obviously I was buying them for stuff like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that. But I definitely was reading these cover to cover as a kid. Because I had time. Why not? It's how I discovered a bunch of series. Oh, God, this is cursed. The definitive edition of Dragon Ball, the orange bricks, that is the absolute worst release. I got some Gintama. So I guess I read a chunk of Gintama through these magazines. Here's one of the most controversial companies, I think. Was it Illumitoon? They released Bobobo and they released Beat the Vandal Buster. I know they did Bobobo. And I don't remember if it was them or another company, but there was somebody that did a complete set for Bobobo where you had to print out the subtitles for the Japanese audio, and it's like, what are you even doing? Bobobo, Bald Isn't Beautiful. All right, Ultimate Ninja 2. So, here we go. Yeah, Bobobo getting serialized, which is after they released that one volume, they put Bobobo into the magazine because I think they were trying to get some new titles in here. Creepy hot dog ad. Yu-Gi-Oh! Wallpapers, videos, and animations for your flip phone razor. Age. Gaia Online. Play games, meet friends, hang out. Here it is. Here's the Bobobo. It's fascinating because Bobobo is a series that is just entirely no context jokes. Like, there is nothing in this series that makes sense, and they just throw a chapter 2, because they only had certain chapters. And you know this isn't chapter 2 of the original manga because Torpedo Girl's here, and she doesn't show up till later. So, like, definitely some weird stuff, but it's kind of interesting it was even in there. Let's see. This is 4 months later. This is December 2007. Or no, it's Hajime no Ippo, called Victoria's Boxer Revolution. There's a complete set for Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 2. They were very slow on DVDs at 4Kids. Clash Ninja Revolution, which is the Wii game. Clash Ninja Revolution is the Wii game. And then there's also Path of Ninja for DS. Naruto Rise of a Ninja, which was an Xbox exclusive. I remember being a little annoyed because I didn't have an Xbox as a kid, but I was like, that's a Naruto game I can't play. I didn't have all the Naruto games. That one looked cool because it was like an open world thing. What series is this that I just turned to? Oh, Slam Dunk. Look at that. The first chapter of Slam Dunk with its really cool, I like minimalist art like this. Print more stuff like this, Viz. It's cool. I like it. Look at that. It's like, don't tear the pages. It's actually pretty cool because I think it's the entire first chapter in like a 2-3 color format. Pretty awesome. What is this? Oh, this is the Naruto prototype one shot, like the initial, like the pilot one shot that later got the series greenlit. That's pretty cool. Hey, Bleach, was that Bleach? Did Bleach make it into the magazine now? Yep, Bleach has made it into the magazine. It's chapter 7, so they've been publishing this for a couple. That's pretty awesome. Naruto Collector, they used to do these. These were like quarterly magazines for Naruto. That was just like, it would come with posters and cards and stuff, and it would have like interviews and stuff. It was kind of like basically like a Shonen Jump magazine if it was entirely Naruto and had no manga in it. Ooh, Metroid Prime 3. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of cool to look back on this era in a lot of ways because it's just nothing like this works anymore like this. All right, January 2008, that's the reason they had the Naruto pilot one-shot in the previous volume was because they have part 2. The time skip has happened, Naruto's older, that sort of thing. We're close to when I fell off of Naruto, which was post-time skip. I have this set, actually. This is a cool, like, it's like a build a tree. Yeah, it's called Build a Tree, and it has like all the characters from the Sasuke retrieval arc. I have that somewhere. That was a really cool set to get. Here's One Piece Unlimited Adventure, which was not only a game I had, which shows how far into One Piece I had gotten. My One Piece attachment, I think, was this manga, this magazine. But this is the last game that had an English dub for One Piece, which was in 2007. And it was the Funimation cast dubbed it. They're hiding the Thousand Sunny and Frankie who are in it. But that was the last game they dubbed. And then they stopped dubbing the games, and they've never dubbed one since, which is crazy. Ooh, here's some nice color artwork for Naruto for his big homecoming. And the character pulls, and it leads into the first chapter of... What did they say chapter 1? Did they actually put chapter... Oh, no, kidnapped number 1. Oh, okay. This is the thing they would start doing. And I've noticed this in later ones. They would start putting an arc and then numbering the chapters from the beginning, so then you'd have to, like, know what chapter number you're on. Like, it doesn't correlate directly. They'd stop putting the actual chapter numbers. They'd have, like, oh, this is part of this one. There's Bleach. Maybe Enter the Arcanas, chapter 3. So, yeah, they would start doing that. There's some nice Bleach art. And there's some nice Hikaru no Go color art. I think it's kind of cool. Look at that beautiful artwork in color for One Piece. I know we have the One Piece art books that have this as well, but it's just nice to see in this format. Noticing that they start putting less color pages for things. Here's another, the trading card bonus, which you always would get. And I think that was probably maybe like some of the overall decline of the magazine by this point. They were really advertising Bobobo, even though they had so little of it to actually release. And a creepy hot dog ad. All right, February 2008, guess who's back? It's Bleach, kind of cover story. Bobobo's still in here. It's interesting because I have a lot of like fond memories of the earlier issues, and even though these are newer, I don't remember some of this as well. There's like some advertisement for that One Piece game. I don't remember them as well. Also, I've realized I've been talking so long that my memory card is like, you got 14 minutes of footage left, so we're just gonna kind of gloss through a couple issues because I need to finish this video. I did not realize I've been recording for like an hour and a half. Here is a One Piece Unlimited Adventure ad with the artwork from the front of the box. You can see the Thousand Sunny here. They tried to hide the Thousand Sunny and Frankie from everything because the manga nor the anime had gotten to that point. But, you know, they're in the game, obviously, because they're just bringing the game over from Japan. But yeah, it's right there. I also thought that, like, Nami's outfit seemed uncomfortable because it's, like, it's a little... I don't know, I'm just going to zoom in. The strap thing, I feel like that would just push into the skin and just be sort of uncomfortable. Like, Robin's got a zipper nearby, like ladies, you know, one slip, and something's getting scratched, you know? I worry for them. I also worry about Zoro always having an open shirt in fights. Like, dude, you're gonna get that's how you got cut in the first place. I guess he was like, well, I got a scar across my chest and I was wearing a shirt, so why should I wear shirts anymore? Anyways, One Piece outfits. They're fashionable, not always practical. All right, here is May of 2008. You can see we've got, these are the series. I feel like we're just kind of hitting into the cycles. I think the closer in time we get, the less exciting we get. Oh, here's something. WriteStuff.com, or at the phone number 1-800-338-89. Oh man, I miss White Stuff. They got bought by Crunchyroll, and then Crunchyroll obliterated their store, and it makes me sad because they were so good and they've been around forever. Free shipping at $49 was their deal for the longest time. You can get Orange Bricks or not. One Piece movie 8 was the first thing the Funimation dub, I think, released on home video, if I'm not mistaken. It was either that or the first volume of the show, but I think it was that movie because I remember seeing that movie advertised a lot. Advertising Part 2 Naruto volumes, advertising Naruto Ultimate Ninja 3, One Piece. You can see Alabasta Chapter 10. That's where they started changing things. They were just like, we're going to start doing it by arc numbers, and it's like, that's confusing if you're trying to do a history thing. There's Bleach. Hey, my Cyber Dinosaur card is still here. If you guys can tell that we're getting to the end of my collection. Hey, Vizbigs for the first time. Look at that. They still print those. Those are still like the nicest additions for the artwork. If you can tell, I'm at the end of my Shonen Jump collection. I didn't take the card out. I kind of don't want to now because I feel like that glue is probably going to tear either the card or the page. Cyber Dinosaur is staying right there. Yeah, I wasn't really playing the Yu-Gi-Oh card game anymore. I was still following Naruto, but I was buying the Naruto volumes. But then I kind of fell off the Naruto volumes because I didn't really like the Kazekage Rescue Mission arc. And I kind of stopped buying the Shonen Jump magazine because I have one more after this. And that's June 2008. I do not know if I have anything further in 2008, but I think this is about where I stopped. I was falling off Naruto. I was falling off a lot of these other series. They added a Rosario plus Vampire into this. I was still following Dragon Ball because I love Dragon Ball, and I still do. It's like my number one shonen series is Dragon Ball. My number two is now One Piece, which is wild to me because for years I was like, I'm not into One Piece. Finding out that I was into One Piece. I read as far as Alabasta. Alabasta was probably my cutoff point. There, look at this. This is the Funimation dub. Set sail May 27, 2008. Season 1, first voyage, uncut and unedited from the beginning. Because they had to redub the whole series because 4Kids kind of botched it. Let's be real. And so Funimation started in the beginning, but they didn't start until 2008. And the fact they're almost caught up on the dub now, they're only, I think they're less than a volume away from being, I think one more volume they can do, and then they're caught up on the dub for the anime. Very impressive stuff. But anyways, I was falling off what was in here. We didn't have Dragon Ball anymore. Dragon Ball ended. Didn't have Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. Yu-Gi-Oh ended. Naruto, I was like, well, I'll just stick to the anime, I guess, because I was starting to read other things in 2008-ish. I was reading more Western comics. I was getting really into DC comics. They did another Build-A-Tree. That's cool. That's the same tree as the last Build-A-Tree. I was getting into Western comics more. I was reading more Western comics, and I was reading less manga because a lot of the stuff I liked had kind of ended, and so I was still watching anime and everything, but I think I decided I just didn't want this anymore, and that's what happens. Nowadays, I read all kinds of manga. You know, I'm on chapter 1058 of One Piece, like no problem, but I also, because I stopped reading Shonen Jump, I stopped reading some of these series. Like I mentioned, One Piece, like I mentioned, some of the others and stuff, and I, never followed back up with Bleach. But I will say that I went and discovered other manga, other genres, not just manga for, shonen stuff. I discovered other genres of stuff, other genres of anime. I got out of the shonen bubble. I was getting into the mecha circles and the cyberpunk circles and all that good stuff, and, discovering more things, which was always good. But I think this was probably the end of my original Shonen Jump run. That isn't the end of the collection, because here is the March 2012 issue. And the reason I got this is called the Read and Watch issue. It's a special issue. You can see we're still $4.99, but it's now down to 272 pages. Tiger and Bunny. Tiger and Bunny is an anime series that I adore. I was super into it, especially like during my high school days when it came out. It's been so long. It's 2012. I wanted this because it was a special issue of Shonen Jump for Tiger and Bunny, which had this special poster. And it was basically talking about Tiger and Bunny and Blue Exorcist, two series that, keep kind of coming back. Tiger and Bunny might be dunzos, though, after two, but that's okay, we got a good ending. And so I bought my first Shonen Jump in 4 years to get, not the Blue Exorcist stuff, but the Tiger and Bunny section, because it was part of my Tiger and Bunny thing that I had going on. And here it is. And so what was kind of neat was that you had not just stuff about the anime, but also about like the Tiger and Bunny manga that was coming out at the time, or the figuarts and stuff, which is kind of how I got into Tiger and Bunny, was because of the figuarts announcements, because I was collecting the Kamen Rider figuarts and all that. And so I got into that, and then, it's kind of like interesting to kind of read through and see where things were in like Naruto, see where things were in Bleach, see where things were in One Piece. This is Fishman Island, which is crazy because they must have jumped ahead. Yeah, there's no way in 4 years we went from Alabasta to Fishman Island. Like, there's no way that they covered there was so much of it. Like, you have all of Impel Down and Water 7 and all, like, Marineford, and there's so much, and, like, there's no way they must have just jumped ahead at some point and said, screw it, we're just going to do Fishman Island. There's no way in 4 years they got this far ahead. Anyways, previously in Siren. And then, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. They had Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Now, I hadn't watched 5Ds at the time. I watched 5Ds later because they were putting out DVDs for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, I watched the original series, and I'll watch the original series. Okay, I'll watch GX. Oh, what's this 5Ds? Let me try 5Ds. Oh my god, I love 5Ds. And then I watched it all in dub, and then I watched it all in sub. And I've never read the full manga, to be honest. I've kind of been saving that one. But, yeah, so 5Ds was in here. And then this is what I saw, I saw this. This is when I was like, oh my god, no way. The See You Online issue. Next month is our very last print issue. And so I said, I got to get the last issue, right? I got to get the final one. This is Shonen Jump 109 and 110. This is talking about Shonen Jump Alpha. try a single issue for only 99 cents. They basically were doing the magazine format in digital. So you'd buy the issue, and then you could be an alpha member and get six manga series weekly for 48 weeks, plus exclusive one-shots for $26 a year. Nowadays, yeah, it's $3 on Shonen Jump, and that's how you get it. But let's look at the last issue. We're going to make this kind of quick, but this is the final issue. It's the See You Online issue. They're basically like, here's the pricing models for Shonen Jump Alpha. And it was weekly Shonen Jump Alpha. It would come out weekly and stuff. It's like, basically, the whole issue is to tell you, here's how you pick up, reading Shonen Jump weekly and online. And there's some nice fan art. It's like a thanks to those participated. Oh, I didn't pull out my number 30 Acid Golem of Destruction card. Definitely leaving that there. You can see we're on Zexal days for Yu-Gi-Oh! There's some 5Ds things talking about, Decade of Dueling. Naruto here, so it's the last of Naruto they were going to publish. The last of One Piece they were going to publish. And then everything here that was physical was from here on out just going to be the volumes. And this was it for the physical magazine. And it kind of ends with some neat little throwbacks. It's just like, here's the current volumes, here's the current volumes, here's the current stuff, and yeah, See You Online edition. That was the end of Shonen Jump. So while not the most efficient method of releasing manga, it was a great time, at least as a kid, discovering it. There's nothing for kids to discover like this nowadays. And this is something that even Western comics have toyed at the idea of, an anthology, a cheaper book that just lets you try out all the series. I like it. I like that format. It's worked in Japan, obviously. I wish we had something similar, because nowadays, it's just you go on the Shonen Jump app and you kind of just look for the series you want to look for. And, sometimes a friend will recommend one and you're like, oh, let me try that out, because I have this thing. But it's not quite the same experience as reading a whole magazine going, you know what, I'm going to read this thing called Reborn, or I'm going to read this thing called Bleach, or I don't know what One Piece is, but it's here in this magazine I got. And I'll always remember that, and I'll always remember that's how I learned how to read comics in a opposite format, a right to left instead of a left to right. And you know what? It started me, and it started my whole journey, and I owe a lot to this magazine for a lot of things that I really enjoy. So that was my little tribute, I guess, my little look back. Definitely cut down a whole lot from the raw footage, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, notification bell, hit the comments, all that good stuff. As you guys should know, you spend enough time on YouTube. I really do appreciate when you do it, though. It really helps the videos out. Also, be sure to join our Discord server in the link below if you want to continue the conversation. If you want to help support the channel directly, you can join as a channel member with perks like early access to videos and member-exclusive live streams. Let's give some special shout-outs to our channel members. Special shout-out to all of our channel members, including our captain tiers: Spin-54, Toma K, Jamie's World, MasterBin95, Super Shaddix Boom, Forever1000, Ben Odinson, Philippe Serino, Common Pikachu, Mr. Smelly Potato, Vigo, Michael Flores, BV Universe Official, Spidey Brian, Colm Creed, The Clueless Collector, and Common Spidey. Thank you everybody for your support of this channel. If you so wish, I'm on social media at Blue Sky and Discord at Soundout12. You can find my awesome graphic designer on social media and Discord at DarkClaw643. And you can find Hero Club at HeroClub.com for anime news and more. And until next time, this is Soundout saying, see you online, because, hey, that's where everything is nowadays.